Hi, welcome to Mama's Footprint. Here you'll find ideas and concepts on eco-friendly parenting. My name is Poliana Raymer. I'm a college professor teaching fundamentals, environmental, and conservation biology. I'm also a mom to two beautiful girls. My oldest one is 5 years old and my youngest is 4 months old. I'm very passionate about what I teach back in college. I'm also passionate about being a mom, so this channel is a union of both of these passions. If you're interested in eco-friendly parenting or eco-friendly living or parenting, please subscribe to this channel and let's start having a great conversation. In this video, I'll be talking about two very important concepts that I will mention a lot in future videos. The first one is sustainability. The second one is ecological footprint. As a parent, it's important for us to understand these two concepts and how they affect our children, both now and in their future, so that it becomes more motivating for us to apply some eco-friendly ideas in how we raise our little ones. Oxford Languages describes sustainability as avoidance of the depletion of natural resources in order to maintain an ecological balance. What does that mean? Let's put that into perspective and make an analogy. Imagine that you're a family of 3, you, a partner, and a child, with a monthly income of $3,000. Now suppose that you are spending $2,000 on your child, which leaves you with $500 and your partner with $500. That may or may not be enough, in which case there's a chance that you might have to reach out for your credit card and start noticing an increasing debt if you keep up with that distribution, right? So worse even if you have $3,000 and you spend $4,000 on your child. That automatically means that every member of the family is contributing to that debt. If you continue to behave that way, or if your behavior keeps happening over and over again, then you will need to file for bankruptcy at one point or another. So the best case scenario, each person spends an average of $1,000 a month and you start each month debt-free, right? So with environmental sustainability, rather than dealing with cash, we deal with natural resources. Being sustainable means that you are not only sharing those resources fairly, you're also using these resources wisely in a way that renewable resources like animal-based products, plants, water, have time to replenish themselves. Using up these resources any faster than that will lead to their depletion. The idea of being a more sustainable person has a positive effect not only on the current fellow inhabitants of our planet, but also on the future of our children, grandchildren, and so on. Now let's talk about the second and main concept that I mentioned, which is ecological footprint. Let's suppose you're going on a hike with your 5-year-old kiddo, and you notice that your footprint is bigger than your kid's footprint. This means that it takes up more space on the trail than their footprint, right? Ecological footprint is exactly that. It's how much space you're taking up on this earth. This might sound confusing at first, but consider the fact that everything we physically use, the house we live in, the food we consume, the raw material that makes our smartphones, everything takes up space. So the more resources we use, the bigger space we're taking up, right? Or the bigger our footprint. So consider that 8 billion people live in this planet. We definitely need to reduce the amount of space we're taking up. In order to guarantee resources for our family, our fellow world citizens, and our children's future, we have to be wise about how much space we're taking up by how we live and how we purchase things. We live in a world where throwing away things and purchasing new ones with a click of a button or a quick drive to a big store has simply become way too easy. We've grown detached to the reality that everything we throw away and every product we buy requires raw material. And that in itself may involve mining or harvesting. And these products also likely have some sort of undesirable outputs like pollutants and or greenhouse gas emissions. So what does that mean? It means that we need to start rethinking about how we consume things. And if you would like to have a better understanding of your own personal ecological footprint, I really highly encourage that. Please go to any online footprint calculator and learn more about your lifestyle and how it affects the earth. I personally like to use footprintcalculator.org. Unfortunately, none of the calculators out there are directly related to parenting, but when you use them, you have a better understanding of your lifestyle and you can indirectly understand your parenting lifestyle. Ultimately, we have to be able to make a better distinction between what we need versus what we want. And this reflection needs to happen not just by us, the grown-ups, but also by our kids, guided by us, the parents and guardians. And for the things we already have, we want to make better choices about what to do with them when they break or when we no longer want them. In future videos, I'll be showing you, for example, how to repurpose kids' products and how to make kids' toys and clothes last a lot longer in your community before it ultimately ends up in the landfill. I'll also be showing you some simple fixes, like removing stains from kids' socks and onesies, just using mild soap and sunlight so that you don't have to throw them away. Lastly, we want to be more conscientious about replacing single-use products for reusable ones. From nursing pads to pee pads, we have to give priority to those that we can use over and over again. I'll be here to guide you and show you some of what I've learned, and I'm looking forward to exchanging ideas with you. Long story short, I want to work together with you on this. I love being an educator because I love to learn, so that's exactly what we're going to do here. I'm creating this channel because it gives me a chance not only to share what I know, but also to expand my knowledge on how to be more sustainable or ecologically sustainable. What we do today will have consequences for their tomorrow. So let's start making these changes as a conscientious community of parents and guardians. Thank you so much for watching this introductory video. In the coming weeks, I'll be posting a new video on a third very important concept before we dive into tips and tricks. I'll be talking about climate change, how our parenting decisions affect it, and how it can affect our children's lives. Stay tuned.